Well, an Eastpointe man is giving his dog credit for saving his life. Frederick Callegas says he slipped into a diabetic coma until his pit bull managed to wake him up. Frederick Callegas has had his pit bull Colby by his side for the last 3 years, ever since Colby was just a few weeks old.
He's a best friend, you know, sort of roommate type.
But Callegas says Colby became a lifesaver in February.
That night, just physically exhausted from work, I got in, tested my blood sugar. It was in the 400s. It's too high. I took a few units of insulin, laid on the couch, and before I knew it, I was out.
The last thing he remembered was falling asleep on the couch, but then he heard Colby.
He was just frantically barking at me, just looking right at me, barking. And he, like I said, he's never done that. And he wouldn't stop until I stood up.
Callegas says he got up and could barely walk and then noticed blood on his shoulders.
Come to find out, the dog had pawed my face to wake me up. And I was just thankful he didn't bite me, but how he knew, you know, the difference between me just sleeping and being out of it, sort of from the low blood sugar reaction, I wouldn't know that.
His blood tested at 16. The average is 120. Callegas says he had fallen into a very deep shock or diabetic coma. Callegas says his blood sugar had fallen so low he didn't even feel Colby clawing at him. He called for an ambulance.
Borderline blood sugar, yeah, it's like I said, it's you normally just go into a low blood sugar reaction which causes coma, and then if you don't come out of it, you die.
Callegas has had to have reconstructive surgery because of Colby's clawing. He says he's had to explain to many people that Colby wasn't trying to hurt him.
The dog did not turn on me. That's not that type of dog. I know the dog. The dog just woke me up. I can't believe you're keeping the dog, you know, put him to sleep. And I heard that time after time after time.
But no matter what anyone says, Callegas is convinced his best friend sensed something was wrong and did the only thing he could to save his life.
And I'm, like I said, grateful to have him.
Boy, you hear about those kinds of stories, it really is pretty amazing what they can kind of sense, and good to report that he is healing well.
Yep, and right here in front of our eyes. Yes. What a difference a day can make with that.